It dates from the time when there was differences in the marriage laws between England and Scotland. Instead of needing permission to be married, it was sufficient in Scottish law for a young couple just to state they wished to be married in front of witnesses, and that could then go ahead. And so it didn't matter who the witness was. And young couples would elope to the first town across the border, which was Gretna Green, and the stagecoach, which you see in the background there, would stop at the blacksmith's, which was the most central part of the town, and the young couples would be married by the blacksmith over his anvil. And at this time, which is about 1790, 1800, some couple of hundred couples a year were eloping to Gretna Green to be married. The plaque itself, does that got a family history?
Well, it's been in the family about 100 years, and my grandfather was very fond of it, and he told me that there were only 6 in the country, but that's family folklore, you know.
Yes, I think that may well be, but certainly to find one in this condition would be a great rarity. Normally these are made in Scotland, I suppose, as a natural sort of place, made in the potteries around Edinburgh and Glasgow, but this one, by the very strong colouring, would suggest Staffordshire, and the quality is very much finer than the normal Staffordshire ones you see. I don't remember seeing one with quite so much detail in the painting of the faces and the features there, because normally these plaques were inexpensive decoration. They didn't normally have a lot of work put into them. They were sold quite cheaply. This one has survived in remarkable condition. You have it hanging in a wall at home, do you?
Yes, we do.
I mean, that's what's protected it, because things hanging on walls don't get knocked very easily, and pottery was chipped so easily if it's in use as like a plate or a dish. But here it's in perfect condition, enamelling exactly as it's left the factory. And I suppose towards the end of the 18th century, 1790s, 1800s, something like that. Value-wise, I suppose we'll be looking at about, such a nice one, £700, £800, something like that.
Really? As much as that?
It's such a good example.
Gosh.
Well, that's a lovely noise coming from this wall clock. And in fact, it looks terribly impressive, but probably I know nothing about clocks. Is it actually a good clock?
Well, I'll have a look, Hilary, but I think that initially I have to say I'm doubtful. Let's see. What have we got? There we are. I think there we are. The answer's written down for me, even better. It says it all here. 1 million. And that's it. It's a Black Forest clock from the Lenskirch company, and that mark is celebrating that it's their 1,000,000th clock. Okay. So quite simply, if you're asking me about this, good as it may be and reliable, it's practically worthless.
Really? Well, I'll actually, now, you own it, don't you?
Yes.
Does it keep good time as a clock?
Oh, very good time.
It does. Yes. But for me, what's interesting is the noise, and the noise is hidden behind here. It's a disc musical box. I mean, they're sometimes called polyphon clocks, but in fact, this particular music box is, let's just see who that's made by. I don't think it is a polyphon. It's usually written on the records. Yes, here. It's actually made by the company Symphonian.
Yes.
Both Polyphon and Symphonian made a lot of these disc musical boxes, some as wall clocks, others as tall case clocks, others just as plain musical boxes, either for a table or freestanding. And this looks as if it's probably dating from around 1900. Now, does that fit in with anything that you know about the history?
Yes, it would, actually, yes. I understand my grandfather bought it about that time.
Did he buy it new? Yes, he must have done.
Yes, must have been fairly new at the time. And then it was passed on to my father and down to me.
And how many discs do you have with it? There's
There are
one
12
here,
discs,
which
12
is...
different shapes.
And those are
Those are all
in here.
full, yes.
Did those come with it at the time, or did you add? Did the family add to them
No,
over the years?
they're original ones with the clock.
The value of a disc musical box, which essentially we have to say that it's a disc musical box, even though there's a clock attached to it, is determined by the size of these discs. The larger they are, the more valuable it is. This looks as if it's about 9 inches, something like that, and that's a middling sort of size for a Symphonian music box.
I had it valued about 10 years ago. I was thinking of selling it at that time, and it was valued at £1,000.
At the moment, I think, because there is a terrific amount of interest in these disc musical boxes by the Japanese market, I feel that we could be talking about more than £2,000 at auction.